I'm Crystal Asbury-Burnett. I'm a health and wellness coach and the owner of Infinite 30 Green Country in Owasso, Oklahoma. And I'm pleased you've joined us for this episode of the Infinite Possibilities podcast. In each episode, we hope to provide you with inspiration, insights, and ideas that can help you personally unleash all of the infinite possibilities in your life. In this episode, we want to take a look at the correlation between optimal weight and the person's overall health and quality of life. I'm excited to introduce to you today our guest, Dr. Donnis Harrison. Dr. Harrison is an orthopedic surgeon at Benville Orthopedic Specialist on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. He experienced the positive effects that optimal weight and a good body mass, or BMI, can have both personally and through his patients. I met Dr. Harrison as a patient. I was seeing him for the surgery of an injury to my elbow. In the process of my patient care, I soon came to find that Tanya Harrison, his wife, was in our Infinite 30 program. Dr. Harrison soon joined our program and went through the process of reducing body fat, reducing his BMI, and obtaining optimal health. But in the process of our patient-client relationship, we also showed that there was a really unique connection with us as far as our focus on wellness. As a professional, as a physician, Dr. Harrison is a fixer, as I am as well. But the one thing that we really began to find out, and you'll hear more about in this interview, is that our focus on wellness and what it means to be healthy, not just about weight loss, but we want to focus on really taking charge of our health and whatever that aspect might look like, whether it's weight loss, whether it's exercise, or whether it's eating better, or whether it's just relaxing, taking some stressful downtime from our world. But it was very unique for us to change that relationship and really develop a real common perspective on what wellness looks like today in today's world. And in the process, we went through COVID. I saw Dr. Harrison literally a week before COVID-19 kind of shut down. I was scheduled for a surgery, and all of a sudden the world changed. And he'll share in this interview today how it affected his business, how it has affected his outlook on wellness as we go into our current COVID-19 situation and as we come out of COVID-19. And I will go into more details later in this podcast about how I've taken that information that I've shared with Dr. Harrison, and he shares in this upcoming interview about what the word wellness means to us as wellness professionals, and also what it means to you as a participant in a wellness program. Dr. Harrison has some great insights into how weight loss has helped his patients avoid surgery, decrease their recovery time, and even how someone's weight is related to the way they respond to COVID-19. But first, let's hear about Dr. Harrison's personal story with weight loss and wellness. Like many people, as a youth and a young adult, Dr. Harrison was active with sports and exercise. His weight wasn't a problem, but as times changed, so did his body.
I've always struggled with my weight. Kind of the joke I tell everybody, I've been on a diet since third grade. And part of it, was the sport I played. Played football. So you want to be the biggest you can be, but still maintain your athleticism. And so I always struggle with, kind of was that overweight kid when I was, younger, pre-adolescent. When I hit adolescence, then started working out, hitting the weights. Then I started morphing my body into more of an athletic shape. And then when you're in your adolescent years and you're working out 2 hours, 3 hours a day, you can eat what you want to eat for the most part. When you're working out like that and running 3 or 4 miles a day, I was having trouble keeping my weight on, not keep getting my weight off. So I was having to increase my caloric intake to maintain the weight I needed to play the sport I was wanting to play. When I went to college, I would lose 20 pounds before the season started. And then, my college coach was like, you got to eat. You're losing too much weight. You can't play at this level and weigh that little. And so then you're like eating pizzas at night, you're eating ice cream to keep your weight up. And then, all that ends, you quit playing that, you quit working out, then you start your life, start working out, start living a job. Then you ain't got 3 to 4 hours a day to work out and run 3 miles a day and lift heavy weights but you still eat that same way. So then you start putting weight on. when I quit playing football, I changed my diet, just kind of reduced my caloric intake and just did a lot of running. And then when I got into med school, I did, maintain a good weight for the most part while I was a school teacher and a coach. Because again, my schedule allowed me to exercise a lot, and didn't really have to watch what I was eating. And plus I was in my 20s. Then when I got into med school and you're studying 12, 13, 15 hours a day, and then plus classes, your ability to exercise and then your stress eating, you gain 10 pounds this year, you gain 10 pounds the next year. Next thing you know, you're 30, 40 pounds overweight. And so then I would, get on bad diets and lose the weight, yo-yo back and forth, 30 to 40 pounds overweight. Did a keto diet in the 2010, really lost weight, got into P90X. So I was doing keto, P90X, was really great shape. And then I kind of stopped following the keto plan. And then I gained all my weight back plus 20, 30 pounds. So that's kind of where I was when Tanya found you. I was at the heaviest I've ever been. I was at, 280. And so then when she started eating, the plant, started cooking the meals, I just ate what she ate. And so by the time I actually officially joined your plan, came and got scanned and did, I'd already lost 25 pounds.
When we talk about body mass index or BMI, we are referring to a way to measure their height and weight. It can be one indicator of a person's overall health. As an orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Harrison has seen the effects of weight loss on his patients' joints and recovery from surgery. He spoke about one particular instance where diet and exercise helped a patient delay the need for a knee replacement for 10 years.
Yeah, so it makes the world difference. I can't tell you the number of patients, and it's not even so being a morbidly obese, BMI of 50 and 60. We're talking about people that have relative just overweight BMI levels. We're talking about people at 31s and 32s BMI that lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, and then they go, my knee's not hurting that bad. I'm going to delay having this knee replacement. I've lost 10 to 15 pounds, and now I go from a BMI of 31 to a BMI of 29, and, my knees aren't hurting that bad. I think I can, I've got a lady right now that 10 years ago was ready to have a knee replacement. I convinced her at that time just to get a, stationary recumbent bike to kind of prehab herself, get ready for the knee replacement, strengthen her quads up and do that 30 minutes 4 times a week. Just from her riding the bike 30 minutes 4 times a week, she ended up losing 20 pounds. And as of right now, this is 10 years ago, she just saw me and she goes, I think I'm ready for my knee replacement. So she's gone 10 years without having her knee replacement. Now she's in her late 70s versus being in her late 60s. And so now she gets a knee replacement in the late 70s, still has kept her weight off. She's still riding her bike. So now you put that total knee in someone who's 78, last 25 years, do the math, she's going to be, over 100, before that knee potentially wears out again. There's a good chance the knee outlasts her. And so that's what we want from a, quality of life. That's what orthopedic surgeons do. We focus on the quality of life, not quantity of life. And so I want that quality of life to be better with or without surgery. If I get someone to lose weight and their knee pain is to the point they're having better quality of life, that's equal, that's still the same as a knee replacement.
So do you see a significant change, or not a significant change, but do you see a significant difference in the healing process of someone who is in good health or optimal health versus someone who has compromised health?
100%. They get better outcomes, better results, and they're more satisfied with the surgery than the patient that comes in relatively lower BMI, more active, more conditioned. They always have better results and more satisfied with the surgery versus the individual who comes in deconditioned. And I'm going to go to the extreme, but someone comes in with a BMI of 45, 46, they're morbidly obese by medical standard. They don't do any form of exercise. You do the same surgery on the person that let's just say a BMI of 32, still overweight, but they have a 32, they exercise on a regular basis. They're trying to maintain a good, healthy diet. That person, the one that's exercising and trying to eat healthier is going to have a better success story than the person who is morbidly obese, who's not doing anything they're not engaged in their health. They're more passive. In my opinion, they're more passive, expecting someone else to fix their problem instead of being engaged in their care.
Over the course of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have all become more aware of the importance of a healthy immune system. In our conversation, Dr. Harrison shared the facts on how COVID survival rates and weight are related.
78% of people who succumb to COVID-19 have a BMI over 30. 78%.
Wow.
I mean, so the number one risk factor of being hospitalized and dying from COVID-19 is BMI over 30. And then if you look at those numbers, it's not a gradual increase. It is a steeple increase as you go up in numbers. So as you keep driving up 31, 32, 33, and so forth, the BMI, your cases exponentially increase for having a sequelae, a negative sequelae with COVID-19. So you compare a 40 BMI to a 30, you're at significant higher risk of having a complication with COVID-19 with the BMI of 40 versus a 30. BMI of 50 significantly increased complication versus someone who's 40. So it is a very steep curve of the complications. You would think that other comorbidities like smoking and heart disease, lung disease, no, it's BMI and age. BMI and age are the two main risk factors for COVID-19. I guess I'm frustrated over it because I think it's Johns Hopkins. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it, but there was a couple of studies that basically showed people who exercise 30 minutes cardiovascular exercise, 30 minutes 3 times a week, no matter what your BMI, also decreases your COVID-19 risk factors. But still, the number one risk factor having a negative sequelae with COVID-19 is elevated BMI. I think we need to be able to discuss why is it good to have a low, body fat content, all the benefits of it, your heart health, your lung health, your joint health, and even COVID prevention.
Since Dr. Harrison began the Infinite 30 program, he has noticed significant changes in his health and his quality of life.
It's a lifestyle that says, if I can't exercise for 2 or 3 days, because sometimes my schedule gets so busy, I can't exercise. Where in the past, didn't exercise, I would gain 5 to 10 pounds that week. And then I had to, got to run an extra 3 miles this weekend. Or do 2 days this weekend to try to get this weight off. It's like I don't stress about working out every day because I know if I stay to the plan, I'm going to stay neutral or may even lose. And so I don't get so stressed about not working out every day. That it is, like you said, 80-20, 80% of what I put in my mouth and 20% on output. The number one thing is just how I feel. And so I feel so much more energized. I have a lot more energy, both physical energy, doing stuff, but then the mental energy. I'm able to focus better. I think the weight reduction has really improved my mental focus and then the cardiovascular health. Now, when I exercise, I went from a 10-minute mile pace. I was even when I was at my heaviest, at 275, I was still running a 10:45 3-mile pace, which for a 275-pound guy, that's not bad. And now, just because I lost those 70 pounds, now my pace is low 90, low nines to high eights when I jog. So just seeing the cardiovascular benefit of being able to increase my speed and 3 miles now, I'll run 3 miles. It's like I can keep going.
For those of us who work in the wellness fields, whether it is weight loss or as a physician, we often focus on the how to get to an optimal weight. But we also must remember the whys, why it's important for people to get to a healthy body fat, a healthy weight, and a healthy BMI. We want to thank Dr. Harrison for joining us today and sharing this important information. In my conversation with Dr. Harrison, several things came to mind. Number one, we both come from the same perspective. We're fixers. Dr. Harrison said, I'm a fixer. I like to fix injuries related to bones and joints. I'm a fixer in the fact that I like to work with people in reducing their body fat, teaching them how to eat healthy, and maintaining it for a lifetime. Now, I'd like to introduce a new feature on our Infinite Possibilities podcast. We're calling it the Wellness Word, and it's an opportunity to share some insights on the best paths to wellness. In this episode, our wellness word is initiative. In today's podcast, Dr. Harrison talked about one patient who took initiative in her health to take charge of it. It started off with just getting on a recumbent bike and biking a little bit. And the process of that and losing weight, she was able to starve off a surgery for almost 10 years. And I think the one thing that I see as initiative is we all have the opportunity to take initiative, no matter what it is, whether it's stopping smoking or it's losing weight or it's getting more exercise. One of the things that I've always said before is if you're ready to change something, no matter what it is, if you're ready, whatever you do, it will work. You will have success because you're ready. You're ready to take the initiative. If you're not, you'll self-sabotage yourself in most cases. Even with the Infinite 30 program, I always tell people, if you're ready to make a change, we can help you. We can get you where you need to be. We can help you with your goals, not only in addressing what you eat, why you eat, when you eat, how you eat, all those factors, but you have to take the initiative. I can't ask somebody to do something if they're not ready to do it. They're not. They have to take the initiative. But initiative has a lot of broad terms that we can use it in many, many aspects of our life. In this case, this woman took the initiative to start exercising and losing weight, and the result was phenomenal for her. I took the initiative several years ago to kind of be more in the presence, and it was a result of a car accident. I was in just a random Friday morning, went to get my hair cut and was hit at 45 miles an hour on my driver's side door. Very fortunate to walk away from that accident. I have injuries that will stay with me for the rest of my life. But that day, I took an initiative to change some things, slow down a little bit, enjoy the days a little bit more, treasure the moments a little bit more. But I took initiative. Those initiatives actually helped me live a better, calmer life. Now, we all get busy, things get hectic again. And then this year, I heard an amazing talk about control the controllables. And what I mean by that is it was a coach for a very successful high school football team in the community I live in. And he said, we can do a lot of things. We can give these guys every opportunity to play the best ball they can play. They have to take the initiative. How well do they want to play? But they also have to control the controllables. What can they control? What can't they control? And I think in our life, when we take initiative into things, we have to look, what can I control and what can't I control? We apply it to weight loss. What can you control and what can you not control? We're getting ready to enter a holiday season. And as I share with people many, many times, no one sticks a fork to your head and says you must eat that. We allow people to do that. We allow people to make us feel like I need to eat this because I'm in this environment. You don't have to. You take the initiative. What's your initiative? So when I look at the word initiative, there's so many broad aspects of it. Initiatives in many aspects. Weight loss, wellness. How does that initiative affect your wellness long-term? For example, the lady who decided to take the initiative to get on a recumbent bike, to lose some weight, gave her 10 more years without some kind of surgical intervention. And as Dr. Harrison states, she's going to come out of that surgery better because she's taken that initiative. She's not going to probably ever have to have another knee replacement because now she's in her 70s. That knee's going to last her 15 to 20 years. So look at the initiative it took. It gave her a better quality of life long term. So when I say the word initiative, think about where can you apply it in your life? Being more present in my day, looking at the life around me, really enjoying those little moments, the big moments, the ups and downs. The initiative is also, how do I feed my body every day? How do I treat my body every day? Am I giving myself the food that fuels my body to make me more effective in the day, or am I not? Where does exercise come into the picture? I've always said this before, my background mainly is training. My secondary background is nutrition, but it's 80-20, guys. It always has, it always will be. So if you're feeding your body efficiently and you're exercising, it's a slam dunk. If you're not feeding yourself well and you're exercising, you might get some results, but not the same. As Dr. Harrison says in the podcast, he began to see how important his nutrition and his exercise melded together to help him be healthier and lose the weight and keep the weight off, which is really critical. We can all lose weight. Can we keep it off? So where is your initiative? Where can you improve it? Where are places it works great? But today I want you to think about our wellness word, initiative. Today's episode of Infinite Possibilities was edited and produced by Carson Roach-Howell and Bob Beatty. Our executive producer is Georgia Goppert. I'm Crystal Asbury-Burnett. Thank you so much for joining me today. You can reach me at infinite30greencountry.com. I would love to hear from you and get your comments about today's show, as well as any other wellness and nutritional questions you might have. In our offices, we offer a program that is not only in store, but we also offer an online program as well. Make sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever podcast platform you use. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a review and pass it along to a friend. Until next time, I hope you experience a life with infinite possibilities.